And this Monday night in Memphis, Daddy, when I get a hold of you, Mr. Bass, I'm gonna take you and bury your head right in the mat, brother.
Before Hulk Hogan would become the most recognized wrestling star in the world, with 6 WCW and WWE Championships, a WWE Tag Championship, and the first and only pro wrestler to grace the cover of Sports Illustrated.
He weighs an incredible 324 pounds. He is the Hulk.
Before Terry Bollea starred in Suburban Commando, Gremlins 2, The Nanny, Hogan Knows Best, and Rocky 3 as the wrestler Thunderlips.
Listen, after the match, how about we get a Polaroid together, okay?
Before the Hulk's wife filed for divorce, which almost left him bankrupt, while she started shacking up with a guy that looks like it could be the Hulk's younger brother. Before Hulk Hogan became the most requested athlete by kids in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, that is until he turned heel and joined the New World Order.
These people out here, after I led their children down the right path, had the gall to boo Hulk Hogan one more time.
Before Gawker released a sex tape with Hogan and his best friend's wife, leading to a $115 million settlement that bankrupted Gawker and brought Hogan's net worth up to $8 million.
No, seriously, I do not have a 10-inch penis. Mine isn't that size, but we were discussing the length of Hulk Hogan's.
It would take a few different and unexpected career choices before Terry Bollea would be branded Hulk Hogan by Vince McMahon, and together the two would take the WWF from a cult following to one of the world's most popular and profitable sports and entertainment events in the world. By the age of 12, Terry was already 6 foot tall, and he weighed almost 200 pounds. Although he had always had an interest in wrestling, he tried his hand at other ambitions including baseball, working as a bank teller, managing a club, opening up his own gym, and even becoming a rock star. When he finally made the decision to put his size to good use, he entered the first wrestling ring and his opponent broke his leg on purpose. Not a good start. What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, and due to popular demand, today I'm documenting the life and career of Hulk Hogan prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. We've covered a few other wrestler stars, including The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, but there are a ton more to do, so be sure to let me know in the comment section down below who you want me to document next.
Yeah, I just love big, muscular men in shape.
Well, they don't come any bigger.
Hulk Hogan was born Terry Eugene Bollea on August 11, 1953 in Augusta, Georgia. He is of Scottish, Irish, French, Italian, and English descent. His mother Ruth worked as a dance instructor and his father Pietro was a construction foreman. When he was just a toddler, his family moved to Port Tampa, Florida, and at a very early age he showed an interest and talent for sports. Due to his large size in his youth, well, wrestling was an easy favorite, but he also began playing Little League Baseball and quickly got ridiculously good. Not only was he head and shoulders above every other kid in the field, well, he was such a good pitcher that scouts from the Yankees and the Cincinnati Reds, they came and scouted his games.
Going well, except
Then an injury at 16 put an end to his plans on playing baseball professionally. In elementary and through high school, Terry was a straight A student, but also the strong silent type, coming across to many as shy. Early signs of the entertainer inside of him would become apparent when he took the stage with a band in which he masterfully played guitar. He continued to have an interest in wrestling. The sport hadn't quite made it into mainstream pop culture, but Terry would attend local matches at Tampa Arena, idolizing superstars including Dusty Rhodes and Billy Graham.
I'm powerful, I'm strong, I wake up every morning, work out for 5 hours.
Following high school, Terry enrolled at Hillsborough Community College, following which he enrolled at the University of South Florida studying business. He thought his future would be a career as a banker, and well, he took on the job of being a bank teller, but he only lasted a couple shifts, because he's like 6'7", people probably thought he was going to rob the place. He still had his sights set on making it in music and had formed a number of rock bands. His group Ruckus got really popular around the Tampa Bay area, so Terry decided to drop out of school so he could focus full time on rock and roll. Man, the guy is so big the guitar looks like a toy in his hands. Soon Florida wrestlers had caught wind of the giant rock and roller and started going to his shows after their own. A situation between Terry, his girlfriend, and a local big name wrestler, Bob Roop, well, that turned into an altercation. Terry must have held his own because he was invited to come try out for training with the legendary wrestler Hiro Matsuda. So Terry showed up after he was invited, and the wrestlers got to work on training him, which meant stretching and cardio to the point where Terry thought he was gonna faint, and then they took it up a notch by breaking his leg. For real. When Terry returned months later and wasn't holding a grudge, the wrestlers let him in their gang and they began training. 1 year later, he made his pro wrestling debut under the name The Destroyer.
Honey Weaver. Wait a minute, not The Destroyer, the Super Destroyer. Because I've eliminated everything around here since I've been in here.
Terry tried on a few different personas, including that of Sterling Golden, but one thing was for sure, he always played the bad guy in the ring and to the fans. He was making $125 a week wrestling on the road, 7 days a week. Although there wasn't much money to be made back then, Terry knew that the industry was going somewhere and that he could be the best there was at the sport. Now maybe it was because Terry had gotten his leg broken, or maybe it was something else, but eventually his relationship between him and his trainer, it went sour, and that's when Terry decided to take a hiatus from wrestling. He switched career paths once again, managing a private club, and opened up his own gym in 1977. Him and his close buddy Ed Leslie started pumping iron big time, packing on some serious muscle, and finally the two were ready to return to the world of wrestling together.
And last Monday in Memphis, my brother dropped so many elbows on Mr. Bass's head that his eyes kind of look like Goofy Grape, you know.
This time he would be known as Terry Boulder, and Ed, well naturally he became Ed Boulder, and they competed as the tag team Boulder Brothers. They were a hit, and soon Terry found himself getting better promotion and landing spots on talk shows.
How about it, T?
Keep like that for a little while.
That there was a clip from his appearance on Richard Belzer's show, where Terry put the host into a very real sleeper, knocking the man the fuck out. And people say wrestling isn't real.
He's all right, he's just sleeping. He's sleeping. Really, I was a sleeper hole, he'll be all right.
On an appearance of another show, his manager noticed that Terry's size actually dwarfed that of Lou Ferrigno, aka the Incredible Hulk at the time, so they started billing Terry as Terry the Hulk Boulder.
Hulk Hogan did not have the largest arms in the world, because in competition my arms were 23.5 inches cold when I was competing in 1994 at 325 pounds.
I'm sure Lou Ferrigno wasn't happy with him borrowing his name, but it was about to get changed once again. This time by Vince McMahon Sr., who signed Terry to join the WWF, branding him as a villain named Hulk Hogan, who made his WWF debut in 1979 against Andre the Giant.
My man will snuff him up one nostril and blow him out the other. Undefeated. Undefeated for what?
Soon after he defeated the Giant, Terry's next big opportunity landed in his lap. Sylvester Stallone was working on Rocky III and had just the part for the Hulk in his script. Vince McMahon told Terry that he was a wrestler and not an actor, and forbid him from being in the movie. But Terry couldn't resist the Hollywood offer and took on the role of Thunder Lips.
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball.
Following this movie role, the Hulk wrestled in Japan, learning a new style, and quickly became a star now in 2 countries. He had met his now ex-wife, Linda Marie Caldridge, following his Hollywood debut, and the two were married in 1983. That same year, Vince McMahon Jr., who had taken over his father, well, he had big plans to turn the World Wrestling Federation into a national entertainment spectacle like no other. But to do this, he needed his star hero, so he gave the one and only Hulk Hogan a call. With increased marketing, PR, and the introduction of the WrestleMania series, it was Vince McMahon and his star wrestler Hulk Hogan who took the WWF to a whole nother level. And all of a sudden, Hulkamania, well, it was everywhere. I feel like I should have ripped my shirt off for this video, but it's a new shirt, and I don't think anyone wants to see that. As for the rest of the story, well, the rest of the story is even more interesting, and we're gonna bring it to you in an After Their Famous video I'm gonna get making right now. We make lots of videos on this channel. There are 2 more in front of you. Be sure to click on one of those. Also, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and tweet this video to Hulk Hogan. Maybe he'll retweet it, and then we'll go viral. Or maybe his ex-wife will watch it and she'll sue me. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Alright, let's see you guys in another video. Boom!